Welcome in to Zolak Bertrand on this Thursday. Hi, Zo.
Good morning.
Way to go.
How you doing?
Made it here on time. Good work.
Oh, yeah.
And not easy. Not easy.
Takes
We got
years off
wait a minute. Wait. We have to pause for a moment here, T-Bone. What sweatshirt are we wearing there today?
Karl Lagerfeld. Brand.
He's got a Lagerfeld on.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. R.I.P.
Rest in peace, King.
If you listen to this show regularly, you know why that's funny. That's all I'm going to say.
I love Karl Lagerfeld.
We're aware.
Great shoes. I didn't wear shoes today.
I like that it's black, too.
Yeah, of course it is.
Should give it to Fred for his photo shoot. Fred looked like some 4-year-old from preschool dressed with a zip-up hoodie with some shirt under it.
The photo shoot's tough, man.
No, it isn't.
It is.
Why?
Didn't come out well for us. For
What do you
me,
mean?
At least.
You
Looks like
wore
I
a
ate
light-colored
myself.
blue shirt.
I didn't know the black
that
rule
showed
until
boobs.
you told me after the photo shoot.
I
to
didn't
wear
have black on.
We're on TV every day.
I didn't have black. I had navy.
Yeah.
There's
What
a
did
guy
Joe
used
have?
to work by there's
He had
a
black.
guy. There's a guy who used to work at Channel 5 Sports, Mike Dowling,
Yeah.
if you remember him.
Oh, yeah.
And Bob Lobel used to lose it all the time because they would go to Dowling, let's go live to him. And he had some wild checkered print shirt buttoned down, and it just effed with the TV, and it just didn't look right. Like, how many years has he been on TV not to know just to wear something solid?
I don't know.
Solid and dark.
I don't know. It's a good photo.
Our photo's great.
Yeah.
No, you two came out great. Of
course,
Not
thank
for
you.
me. Yeah.
What, you didn't
Bigger.
know
We've been doing
black
this a
was
while,
slim?
McCone.
Is that what you're saying?
Appreciate
We've
that.
been together 10 years. We know by now we know what to wear.
Yeah.
You know? You're still learning the ropes, kid.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
All right. Yesterday,
Yeah.
Elliot Wolf talks, and I hated that he was up there telling everybody that he has final say. I didn't love it. I felt like it was a strong statement by him. If he was saying it in a sort of strong fashion. Before we'd even left yesterday, I was chatting with Felger about it. And he's like, I think you are overreacting a little bit. I think it's just because they have to say that they don't have a way out of that. The guy is with the league. The guy who has final say with the roster, which is something you have to file with the league, the executive decision maker. I don't know what the hell the title is. But you got to have this sort of on file with the league, who your top personnel guy is, and he is listed as the top personnel guy. So until they conduct a hiring or a search for someone else to have that title, he has to remain the guy with the title.
Yep.
And they don't have time, or they don't want to waste the time right now working on replacing him. They're just going to keep him in place for the time being, and he has to continue to say that he's the dude in charge. Maybe. That might
Yeah,
be
I
it.
mean, I talked to Mike Reese last night at 11:30, and he's like, he's down at the combine. He's back now, but you know, what was the feeling up here? What was the feeling you got after hearing Mike Rabel talking to Elliot Wolf? I said two completely different feelings.
Yeah.
I said Vrabel talked, and it just felt like, oh, this is the new change. You know, he stood up there, hands on the podium. You know, Jim Loss, look at all these pictures. Look at him, man. He's so big, and he's pushing down the podium like he's Dan Campbell or something. But it felt like we're going to be aggressive. We hope to be aggressive, and it's to the future and building this, building that. And Elliot get up there, and you're getting reminded of what the past was. Of, yeah, I'm responsible for it. It's my bad. You know, the draft picks, they underperformed. You know, we missed on the free agents. They weren't great picks. Like you got reminded of the bad players. Vrabel's positive. Elliot brought up the negative part, but hey, he's part of fixing it. So, I just tonality of the two press conferences were completely different. That's the way I felt.
Let's hear from Greg Bedard. He weighed in on this on Boston Sports Journal. What did he say?
Don't worry about this. This is not a big deal. This is the way I would read it. And this is informed opinion. This is part experience in the league, in part knowing a lot of the particulars involved. So what you need to understand is last year, Elliot Wolf signed a contract to be the Patriots' executive vice president of player personnel. I don't think it would be a stretch to say in that contract, it was written in there, whether it was the 90-man roster or 53-man roster, it was written into his contract that Elliot Wolf had final say. Fast forward a year later, Gerard Mayo was gone. There's a whole new setup. Outside of just outright firing Elliot Wolf, you're not just going to change a contract after 1 year. You're not just going to rip it up and do a new one and give. I mean, you could do it, but that's just not the way the Crafts were going to do things. Understand this. The Crafts like Elliot Wolf. They like the setup. They like the change in the scouting system. It's my belief that Robert Kraft wanted Mike Vrabel to give this new setup a chance. How long that is, I don't know.
giving it a chance. And I think Greg says, don't worry about it. Doesn't mean Elliot Wolf is, some super powerful figure here, but he does have the final say, and they're giving it a chance. I'm sorry, Greg, but that does concern me. I don't want to give this a chance. They shouldn't be wanting to give this a chance. What reason do they have to want to give that a chance? There's nothing different from saying, let's give Elliot Wolf a chance, from saying, let's give Gerard Mayo another chance. They're the same exact thing.
Like for me,
Don't worry about it.
And when he says, the Crafts aren't going to do that after you. They just fired a guy that they told us they love. Personally, professionally, they kicked him out the door kind of ruthlessly. Even though it was the right move, it was ruthless. They made that move. They did it. So why does one guy get afforded the let's give it a chance?
Right, especially
because it's only been a year.
Especially when it's for the betterment of the team.
When he performed worse than the head coach did. The head coach didn't do a good job, but he did a better job than Elliot Wolf.
Yeah.
And he lost his gig. And I'm guessing Elliot Wolf's a lot cheaper than Gerard Mayo. I'm guessing the price tag on Gerard Mayo is a lot more than Elliot Wolf.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Like, pick number 3 last year was easy, right? Drake May sitting there, you take him. Or whatever quarterback was sitting there, you're going to take him.
Not only that, look
Pick
at all
4
the
this
other
year's
teams.
hard.
This is the thing I go back to because I heard this a lot. Well, it takes time. You got to do a search if you're looking for a new GM. Well, how did the Jaguars do it? And I'm always going to put them first now. How did the Raiders fire both their coach and their GM? How did they do that? How do all these other teams fire both at the same time and manage to pick themselves back up and put it back together and function as a team? And wouldn't it be easier to do that with a strong head coach like Mike Rabel? Yeah. Look at the guys who got hired this cycle. Is there a stronger head coach than him in terms of being able to manage a staff,
No.
manage a lot of different elements of the gig,
Pete
have
Carroll's
a lot
up
of
there in
input on
experience,
personnel? He's the guy. So you got the coach that allows you to say, yeah, we're going to blow out this front office too and start that fresh. You could have done it. There's no excuse for this. There's no excuse for the Patriots to put him on the podium yesterday and have it sound the way that it did. None. I'm reading into it.
Don't worry about this.
I'm going to worry about it. I'm worried that they're making bad decisions again, and they're not going far enough. And starting over, starting fresh, they only did the half measure. They went halfway. They started over with coaching, but didn't start over with front office. The same way they did it a year ago when they started over with coaching, but kept half the coaching staff and then just elevated all the guys who were left over in the front office into the lead roles.
I just hope it's not a guy that they take with the number 4 pick, and he only played like 26 games, and we're going to bring him along slowly to adapt to our system and start him week 6. No, whoever you're picking it for, it's a day 1 starter, and he better be good, and he better nail the pick. Pressure's on. Pressure is on. And if you trade out, you better double down, nail both picks that you traded for. That puts more pressure on you. It's 2 totally different feelings as the way you heard things the last 2 days, to me. It's separation of football and then sort of the business nerd part of it. It's where it is. Like you listen to Alex Cora talk, okay, this guy's a baseball guy, he's a manager. Then you hear pick one of the 2 head of baseball ops last 2 years. And, Breslow or Heimblum, and those guys sound different. And it's not excitable. You're not excited hearing it yesterday. You're excited coming out of Monday's presser.
I think that's the truth, sure.
Yeah,
people felt better about Monday than yesterday.
And I get, okay, it's in his contract and all that, but, like, they could do this to where, like, Vrabel's going to have final say, but we're saying Elliot's got it. You know what I mean? It's going to be collaborative, but, hey, it's Patriot guys, not Elliot's guys, not Vrabel guys. It's our guys.
I mean, here's the quote from Elliot Wolf, same exact press conference a year ago. It's going to be a collaborative effort. Coach Mayo, myself, Matt Groh, the whole staff. At the end of the day, somebody has to make that pick, and that will be myself.
That's where you're at.
He said the same things a year ago, is what he said. Same things. That was 1 year ago. He said it was going to be collaborative, but at the end of the day, that's it. Also said they were going to be aggressive. When asked about Gerard Mayo saying cash to burn, he said, we're going to aggressively try to help the team. Take that however you want. but we'll try to do what's right, whether that means spending or saving. TBD.
What are you saving for?
Saving. Yeah, well, they saved. That's for sure. But
You
they
get interest?
But he described what they were going to be as aggressive. And we heard that word over and over and over this week, that they're going to be aggressive.
Yeah, weaponize the offense.
I'm just reminding you, they said the exact same thing a year ago. They used the word aggressive, and they said they're going to weaponize the offense, and they whiffed. And that same guy is still here. That same guy is telling you yesterday, at the end of the day, I break the tie. And Greg Bedard's telling me not to worry about it, but Greg Bedard is also telling me that it's in Elliot Wolf's contract. It is in writing that he has the final say. That he can throw the paper around the room and say, look, guys, I have final say. It's right here in the contract. Oh, you like Mason Graham? I like another guy. I'm taking the tackle. Collaborative effort. How many guys are going to allow it in that room for the collaborative effort this year, I wonder?
Well, the top 5 pick, they're going to have a war room camera. You know that.
Not going to have Pat Stewart in the war room this year.
That's for sure.
Not going to have that.
Better hope he put some duct tape on that mouth.
Pick's not going to get leaked. Yeah.
I'll tell you more details on that coming up. No more Pat Stewart in New England. The leaker. The hammer's gone. The leaker's gone. The hell's happening around here?
Tighten up, baby. Tighten up.
People leaving left and right. 617-779-0985. If you got more reaction to Elliot Wolf yesterday, are you worried about it? I am. I'm not going to stop being worried about this situation. These guys, you can't kill. They're like cockroaches. You can't kill these guys. They hang around Bill for years. They screw up the draft year after year. They don't build a core. They come in with a new head coach. They screw up the draft. They whiff on everything outside of Drake May. Again, Conkey could have made that pick. And now they're still at it, up there at the podium, a day after Mike Vrabel saying, well, I break the ties. I'm the one in charge. What? What is happening? Can we just take, like, the obvious, plain view of this and say, this is stupid? Are we fans of a stupid football team? Because it feels that way all too often these days. Wake up. So bad. It's on you for putting this guy out there yesterday, for still
Don't
having
worry
him
about
here.
this.
Yeah, no, I'm going to worry about it. I'm sorry, Greg. Got to keep worrying. That's what we do. Let's talk football, though. Devon Godchaux has been given the permission to go seek a deal. And the way it was reported yesterday was that it was due to a change in defensive philosophy.
Not the case.
Yeah, thank you. You stole the words.
I
right out of my
talked to
mouth.
somebody, and I don't think they want him in the building.
Nope. I don't
Free to
think
go.
it has
Free to go.
anything to do with the defensive scheme. I think it's everything to do with they want to change the group.
Leadership, attitude. And I don't think some of these things are negative, but like to the core that they want to build as far as the vets they want to keep around, he's not part of it. So this is not a scheme thing. I was told this is not a 4-3-3-4 thing.
I right there with you. That was going to be my take.
My first take was it was, and you're going to put him and Barmore inside with a 4-3. You know, I caused disruptive stuff.
Who was the guy that signed Devon Godchaux to the
Bill.
2-year, $18 million?
Elliot this year. That's right.
Oh,
Elliot
was it?
Wolf,
Was that
yes.
Elliot Wolf?
Yes.
He played it right in August, remember?
Was that him back in the summer months? 2 years, $18 million.
We had to sit there and read articles.
Just checking.
We had to sit there and read articles about this is how you do it. You keep your mouth shut. Where Matt Judon out there is throwing a tantrum, he's never going to get a bump.
Yeah, definitely nailed that one.
Well, it's one of the best defensive linemen in the league.
Oh, of course. Yep, without a doubt. A trade is going to leave them, no matter what, with $6.6 million in dead cap. Just if you're counting the cap space, and the Patriots want to tell you that they spend to the cap, trading Devon Godchaux will be $6.6 million in make-believe money that they didn't spend that will count against their cap, for those of you calculating that at home.
That'll make him wince a bit.
How's that sound? Good?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Okay. Just so you know, that's on Elliot. The 6.66 is the number.
So when you start doing
dead
the
cap,
bookkeeping,
whether you trade him now or you trade him after June 1,
Yeah.
the designation. Yep. That's what they're going to get for signing him to that big deal last summer.
so in spreadsheets when you do
And
bookkeeping,
again, who was
right?
it? Can I ask one more time? I just got to make sure I write down the name. Who was the guy who signed him?
Be Elliot Wolf.
Elliot Wolf. Is that Elliot? Is that with 2 L's?
One,
1 L. Okay.
1 L.
And the last name is Wolf.
not with an E.
1 F or 2?
1 F.
Okay, Elliot Wolf.
Wolf.
Thank you.
Don't worry about this.
I'm worrying about it, Greg. I'm worrying, man.
Elliot Wolf. Well, they got mad at me because I said I sound like I'm saying woof woof like a dog.
Woof woof.
Is it sitting down?
No,
today?
he's not a dog.
Elliot Wolf.
You want a dog in that role. He is not a dog.
Yeah, you want Gladstone.
Ultimately, it's my final say.
Well, I'll tell you what. Gladstone's lip wasn't quivering when he went up to go meet with the media yesterday.
That
he wasn't struggling to find his voice, literally.
Interesting though. Don't you think like that was the most definitive, confident, smooth comment he had at the podium? Was ultimately I have the final pick.
Yes, it was strong.
Everything
It
else,
was the
everything else,
strongest thing he said.
Everything else, he kind of quivered.
Last season, ultimately, the roster was on me. We were 4-13.
Duvall.
Is that Elliot Wolf or Mike O'Brien?
Denver Nuggets.
Oh, Michael, what is he doing now?
I don't know.
Judge
He's doing good things. I ran into him not too long ago.
Nice.
He's a great guy.
That'd be fun.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so Godchaux's going to get moved. He can still play.
Yeah,
I mean,
not here.
I'm saying he's still got ability, but it speaks to them wanting to change the group, change the fabric of the team, change the clicks, change, as they've said, the entitlement factor on this team.
You know what?
And a guy who just kept getting contract extensions, huge money. I mean, is it a stretch to say that might be one of the guys that feels like I'm established, has that feeling of entitlement?
Defensive leader. He has not led well. There's one comment he made this past year.
What is it?
And I don't know if that's like the reason it's not the reason he's gone. It's just it's a culmination of it's a combination of everything. After they got annihilated by the Chargers, which was pretty much the death hatchet for all of them.
You're so right.
He goes, "We were pretty damn good stopping a run today." Never, ever in my playing days did we ever get waxed and somebody of the team or of the coach would stand at the podium and talk about an element of the game that they were really good in that moment. Your defensive leader talked about how good your run defense was. How many points they put up on him, McCone? Could have put 50, right?
Yes.
Chargers could hit 50 if they tried. That was the day they decided not to cover
Lad McConkey,
Lad
the guy
McConkey,
that they did not draft. Yeah.
Right. Who we drafted instead of him?
It would be Jaylen Polk.
Okay.
Yeah, 40-7 loss. But they stopped the run. They did a good job shutting down the run that day. It was good.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Godchaux's always been overpaid here. I don't know if anyone has realized that. He has always been an overpaid player.
Yeah, we went after Bill when he had that comment that we played. There.
Good player, but way overpaid. His contract is huge. So, or has been. It's just been a huge number year after year. And now I don't think he'll be here. It's going to be the beginning of the end. Apparently, other teams have already checked in.
Oh, there's teams that will want him.
Yeah.
But then I'd say they're doing their due diligence, of course.
Would you
got
at all?
a guy that plays, that is now available, and he's big, and he still has football left. Yeah, tell me what the price is.
Would you be against trading him? Is this one of those situations where you're like, I won't trade him there?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
Absolutely not.
You trade him to any team in the division.
Those are skill players.
No problem.
Yes. Skill players garnish.
Have at it. Yeah.
No, I don't see a scenario where we're like, week 8 going, I cannot believe.
Don't let him go to Miami.
The Devon Godchaux game. Oh, man. Killed it.
Like Lawyer Malloy in Buffalo.
Let's grab some of your calls. Chris in Holbrook, how you doing?
Good, guys. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Listening to that press conference yesterday, and then you just said it a few minutes ago, how Elliot sounded so confident in that one answer. To me, it's like he had that prepared since Mike Rabel got hired, and he's been listening to all this positivity, and I love it. And then I sensed a little bit of jealousy from Elliot with that answer, and because he's like, oh, so Mike's going to fix everything I couldn't last year. I don't know. That's what I was getting at. And another thing I want to talk about with Polk and Baker. And Joe, you know this. You play at the highest level.
Uh-huh.
Now they got new coaching around them. Are you expecting them to take that next step? Because last year everyone said Polk was a bust. Do you think it was really coaching or, now that they got good coaching?
It is so simple. I mean, look how long N'Keal Harry lasted here. Look how long Tyquan Thornton lasted here. He can't play a lick. And he lasted here, over 3-4 years? Jaylen Polk is a second-round pick, a high second-round pick. You're bringing in an offensive coordinator that has called many big games and had successful games here in the league and utilized guys to the best of their ability. They're going to hand him to Josh McDaniels. and say, let's see what we can do with this kid for
Well,
three
don't
months.
put too much on his plate.
I'm not.
Elliot said that yesterday because, again, as Mike Vrabel stands at the podium, takes the job, what does he say on day one? We are going to root out the entitlement. We are getting that out of here. Nobody's entitled. Have you ever heard a guy whine and cry and blame other people the way Elliot Wolf does? I mean, here it is yesterday. Here's Elliot Wolf. Hit it.
Yeah, I think like I hate to use this analogy, but like in the Dark Knight when like it's the hero you need isn't the hero that you have. Like he was a young player that came in and he's mature, he's smart. I think organizationally we maybe put too much on his plate early, and I think that really kind of stunted his growth a little bit. And he's aware of that, and we've talked about it. And he's going to continue to work hard and rehab and do the things that are necessary to improve.
Oh,
I have no clue.
Put too much on his plate. Who did that, Elliot? The coaches you hired? Oh, are you doing that thing again that you did with Henry McKenna in Week 17 when you crapped all over the coaching staff not developing Jaylen Polk, and then again you say we put too much on his plate? You put too much on his plate. Is he mature? He's the guy that I heard saying I have the best hands in the league. He's the guy when Gerard Mayo said, I think there's maybe, I think he said a mental block going on there. And then he came on and fought back saying, I don't have mental problems.
Yeah.
To which people are like, no. He didn't say you have mental problems.
Two big things I have, and I have no clue what the Dark Knight reference is. I don't know what that means. But
nerd alert!
Yeah, I know. Should this guy be making Dark Knight references?
Not when half your audience doesn't get it. Yeah, no. I don't know what that means.
A lot of people get that.
Do you think he's got the
Tyler, do you get it? Okay.
Do you think he's got like the little figurines in his office? Kind of like Lout with his pieces of sports?
No, Keith has those.
You think he's got the little figures?
No.
Across behind him?
No.
He's got Batman, he's got Superman, he's got Spider-Man. He's got them all.
Stop it. The Marvel ones.
Yeah, he's a big comic book guy.
What's I going to say about Polk?
Too much on his plate is what he was saying. Coaching staff gave him too much, but that he's smart and he's mature.
Yeah,
which, again, if he's smart and mature, does he complain about a touchdown that wasn't a touchdown
that's
for
my
like 3
point.
weeks after it happened? Because I remember him doing that, too. So everything you say about the guy, Elliot, I have a hard time believing.
Remember the drops? I got the best hands in the league. And then after his head coach, when he was ruled out of bounds in that last Jacoby Brissett start, he stood there in the locker room, I think it was Wednesday, and said, you guys saw the tape. I was in. Gerard Mayo said it in postgame. He's out. That's the rule. He's out.
Yeah.
Can't do anything about it. The rule is what the rule is.
Yeah.
Even Mayo got it.
Is that smart and mature to do what he did?
3 days after it? No.
No, I didn't think so.
No, still bitching to the press that he was still in.
Do you think he was a good pick?
I don't know yet.
Oh,
Honestly,
he was a bad pick.
You asked me to compare it to somebody. And I said N'Keal Harry is a better pick than him. That's the way I feel right
just remember, it's not Elliot Wolf's fault. He didn't miss on the pick.
No.
They put too much on his plate.
Did the Chargers put too much on Lad McConkey's plate?
No, they gave him just a little bit. They gave him a little piece of something to nibble on his
Let
plate.
him eat.
They said just get open.
Yeah.
And he could handle that.
It was just, big portion size.
Yeah,
is
run a
the
double
problem.
move on that guy.
I get it, portion size, portion control. Sucks. It's hard. But for the Pats, they gave him an extra big scoop of the mashed potatoes on his plate.
They said you got to get 2 feet down. He said, no, can't handle that.
I mean, I'll throw
Ate too much at dinner last night.
Throw Campy was your best receiver, so I would give him more. The more you can handle, right? And then it just went to hell in August. I don't know what happened.
Not his fault. Guys, it's not his fault. There it is.
Because he's the hero Gotham deserves, but not the one it needs right now.
That's what's his name saying that?
Gary Oldman.
Yes.
I don't know. I didn't see it. Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.